My question is about how everything reflecting something inside us. Okay? So my question is...
Reflecting meaning displaying, mirroring,
yes.
Same as...
Exactly.
Yes.
So my question, when I see, let's say, someone hurting a child, okay, I will get angry because it's against my value. But why I created this situation in my reality? So what I'm mirroring inside me.
So why did I attract that? Because you get what you think about whether you want it or not. It doesn't come to you because you want it. It comes to you because there's an active vibration, because you focused upon it. So what's on the other end of the stick? So someone is hurting a child, did you say? What's on the other end of that stick? You know what you don't want. What is it that you do want?
Yeah, I don't want anyone to hurt a child.
But
yes.
You're telling us why you don't like it when it doesn't rain. So okay. Tell us why you want the rain. Tell us why you want what you want.
Why I want what I want? Because it's my natural being that I want peaceful for the children and for the humanity.
So it's not easy to be in a world that is so interconnected, where everything about everything is brought to you in the way that it is. And so if you're just sitting and watching whatever comes, you're vibrating all over the place. The thing that is hard to explain to you, or hard for you to hear, it sounds to you like what we're saying is, if you don't look at the child being hurt, you will help, and you will. And that feels counterintuitive to humans, because it feels like when you see something that is terrible, that you should do something to stop it. But you live in a universe where there's no such thing as no. When you shout no at terrible things, you're actually saying, yes, I would like to see more of these terrible things, or yes, bring to me more of this thing that I do not want. And so it's about understanding that attention is promotion of something. You said reflection. It's promotion of something. It's appreciating of it. It's making more of it. So as you give more of your attention to what you do want, and therefore distracting yourself from the things you don't want, then your point of attraction is stronger. Now, many would say, well, that's fine for her, Abraham. You've taught her how to see fewer things that upset her. But is she really making a difference in the world? Doesn't it take us getting mad and making rules and protesting and marching and defending and pushing against? And we say, that's not working. That doesn't work. That creates more of what you do not want. And so it's hard to hear. And we want you to think about, why is it hard to hear? Why does it not make sense that if I give my attention to something and I feel good, that I'm reflecting, promoting, encouraging good? And if I give myself to something that feels bad, that I'm doing the same with something I don't want? Jerry used to say to Esther, as for a number of years they roamed around the United States in big buses, Esther called it the monster bus, 45 feet long, really tall. They towed a car behind it, and they just crisscrossed across the nation rather than flying. A lot of time on the road. Never saw an accident, never involved in an accident, never even came upon an accident long after it had happened. And then one day they came into an area where there had been an accident. And Jerry said, well, that's getting a little too close for comfort. And what he meant was, we don't have a vibration that involves us in accidents, and we don't have a vibration that makes us witness them. So we are not encouragers of that. But then when they were coming upon the tire marks and the pieces of the vehicles, that was a little too close. And so he would say, time for us to clean up our vibration. Meaning, well, how do you clean up your vibration? By appreciating the roadways, by appreciating the way that the roadways of this nation handle the traffic, by appreciating the drivers who do a good job. When you think about it, think about the millions of moving parts that are in your vicinity at any time, and how few collisions there really are. That's something to celebrate. Think about the children who aren't being hurt. That's something to celebrate. So the way you promote children not being hurt is by promoting in your own vibration the children who are well, who are thriving, who are happy. And the way you get that win-win is by first getting it for yourself. It feels backwards to so many people because people have been taught, our friend talked about that just now, that you pick up things along your physical trail, like we have to defend and protect and guard. Early on in our relationship with Jerry and Esther, they were in Buffalo, New York. And Jerry was always turning on the evening news because he wanted to know about the weather. And the news was not quite finished, and the broadcaster was talking about, well, it's our annual thing that the school is doing at the field house at such and such a high school. And what it was the week when they brought all of the broken and bloodied cars into the football field and assembled them and gathered all of the students to teach them about why you don't want to be a drunk driver, because this is what happens to you. And their program was very extreme. They assigned roles to all the characters. These students, you're going to die this week in accidents. You're just going to be maimed for life. You're going to survive. You're going to miss your friends. You're the parents of the dead kids. You need to plan a funeral. In other words, they really went all out because they wanted to really bring it home, the dangers of driving. And you wonder why some kids don't want to drive. You wanted to really bring home the dangers of driving because in their minds, that's the way you prevent, that's the way you keep your kids from doing something that you don't want them to do. You try to scare it out of them. And they had no idea that they were teaching their kids to practice a vibration that would make them see the things on the highway. Because most people do not understand the law of attraction. They understand action. They understand that I can move this over here by applying this. But they don't understand the power of thought, the power that thought holds, and the way thought is the interconnectivity among all things that happen. We want to find stories, words that help you to feel the vastness of the moving parts that are all orchestrated or managed by this law of attraction field. And we want you to understand that your role is to present yourself to the field so that when it responds to you, and it will, the results that come back to you will be a reflection of what you want, not a reflection of what you fear.